For a strength athlete, the beautiful thing is that you really do not need very much equipment to get all the bells and whistles that you need to get stronger. In today's world, everyone is fascinated by the newest, fanciest, shiniest piece of equipment. And you need to understand that there's been world records and world-class athletes that have been getting the job done for years and years without anything fancy. Especially the way the world's going today, it seems like more and more athletes are training in home gyms. Another good thing with the explosion of popularity in powerlifting the last few years is that there's more and more powerlifting-friendly gyms. And really, at the end of the day, nothing in this world can beat a barbell for a strength athlete. And not only can nothing beat a barbell for any strength athlete or athlete period, nothing you can do in the gym is superior to doing heavy compound movements with a barbell. Using a barbell for all these different compound movements can strengthen every single muscle in your body, every single plane of motion, and any sort of athletic move that you need to do. And you can replicate any single sort of strength movement that there is that you would ever see in a competition just with a barbell and heavy compound movements. In fact, I spent 3 years of the prime of my powerlifting career training with nothing except a barbell and a competition rack, and saw great gains, tremendous progress in the midst of my prime. And even if you are in a gym that is incredibly well equipped with tons of different equipment, the biggest percentage of your time spent in the gym should be with a barbell and heavy weights doing compound movements. Squatting, deadlifting, and pressing, both in the horizontal plane and overhead plane, and doing rows are truly all you could ever need to get to about 95% efficiency on any movement or machine that you could possibly imagine. Some of the more auxiliary equipment and machines can be advantageous, especially if you're injured and trying to work around an injury, because it can allow you to either isolate a joint in a pain-free range of motion or continue to train muscles without possibly involving the injured body part. And something to keep in mind, the more novice that a lifter is, the more strength increase that they could actually see from some sort of auxiliary or assistance movement. For example, if you take a lifter that's only been training for 6 months and all they do is leg extensions and leg curls, their squat will actually go up. But if you take an advanced lifter and all they do is leg extensions and leg curls, after normally training heavy squats all the time, their squat would go down. So keep that in mind. The more novice a lifter is, the more strength increase they can see from a non-specific movement. The more advanced the lifter is, the more specific and heavy they need to train that movement to continue seeing progress. If you think about many of the top strength countries in the world outside of the US, like Russia, Ukraine, Norway, Iceland, and you see the gyms there that the top strength athletes train in, they're not littered with fancy machines and equipment. It's rack after rack and heavy barbell after heavy barbell on top of platforms. So that should tell you all you need to know in terms of what you need to get stronger. If I could pick 9 things to have in my gym to get stronger, this would be my list. A barbell, because it is the pinnacle of all things strength. Weights, because a barbell needs his heavy friends. A rack that can accommodate heavy presses, heavy squats, and have safety pins for safety measures or to do pin exercises off of. You could truly stop there after 3 and be totally fine with anything you ever need. But if you want to keep going, throw in an adjustable bench for different kinds of exercise variations, some specialty bars like a safety squat bar, a camber bar, or a football bar, because these can be helpful for working around injuries. Some bands and chains, because accommodating resistance is great. Some dumbbells, and finally a glute ham raise. Outside of that, you could never imagine needing anything more. So hopefully you understand truly what it takes to have the equipment necessary to develop ultimate strength. It doesn't require tens of thousands of dollars of investment for equipment. All you need is a plate, weights, and a rack, and the rest is just coating on top.